The Get Schooled sale. Greetings, Mechwarriors. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is TTB speaking. Welcome back to yet another event and sale video. We have quite a lot of these in the last few weeks, but there is some interesting stuff in here and some less than interesting stuff in here. So in order to make sure that you guys don't spend your money very poorly and spend it on stuff that's actually worth it, this is why I make these videos. So let's have a quick scroll through here. We already see that there's currently an event going on. There's double XP bonus, triple XP conversion is going on. So if you really feel like you need XP, general XP, you take a mech that you have a lot of XP on and you can convert that to GXP for, and here's the problem, for paying MC. And that can get quite expensive in the MC area. For example, if we go to Mechwarrior Online right here, now I'm gonna get into the sale in a second here. I just wanted to talk about the GXP conversion. By the way, also no mech base on sale this time, so just wanted to put that out there. So let's say you wanna go ahead and convert XP. You go to Home, you go to Convert XP over here. Then you select a mech that you have a lot of XP on, current XP. There's a field here, by the way. You cannot sort by most, which is a little bit sad, but let's go ahead and scroll. Let's say, for example, this Griffin 2N here, 132,000 XP. If I wanted to convert all of that, cost to convert 1,700 MC. That is basically about $8 to get this amount of skill points that you can use to skill other mechs. So is that worth it or not? Well, if you're still leveling up in the game and if you're still having to level up a lot of mechs, it might be worth it if you want to speed it up, but on the other side of things, the XP you get on your mechs is one thing. The XP while playing these mechs, the experience that you yourself get while playing these mechs, is another different thing. So I would recommend to not do that and just take the GXP that you get on the sidelines. By the way, if I convert everything, let's see, can I do that? Does this work? Do I have to click several of these? How does it work? Revert. Oh, so convert all does what? 300,000. Interesting. It just converts the page. Okay, I get it. So it just converts the page of what you're seeing at this point in time. Well, that is a very, very interestingly, if not to say badly engineered system. Okay, back to the topic at hand, guys. So, as I said, we have a few deals going on right now. And there are, first and foremost, a new GSP bundle. General skill points, you can get 200 for $10 from the gift store. Not a bad deal, but then again, as I said, I don't think that's useful to you unless you really want to speed up leveling up some of these mechs. But I would argue that it's better for you to just keep playing the game. You'll learn more doing this, and you'll get those skill points on the sidelines. Then all the champion mechs are on sale. Now, champion mechs, guys, identified by the C in brackets, those are just basically normal mechs that get you 30% extra experience while playing them. So they level up a little bit faster. But that's it. You could argue you can use them to grind XP that you can then turn into JXP, paying for that with MC. But honestly, guys, in my opinion, do not buy any champion mech. Ever. It's completely pointless. You're not getting a C-bill boost on those things. And they're not hero mechs, they don't have crazy, cool, special loadouts that you couldn't get anywhere else. They do normally come with a solid base loadout, but is that worth paying MC for that? I'd argue, nope. Okay, so we've talked about that. Now let's talk about the interesting part of the sale. The thing that you actually should look at, and that is this part here. Higher education and investment in knowledge. It's in MWOmercs.com/dropship-deals. And you have 4 different options here: high school diploma, bachelor's degree, master's degree, and doctoral degree, which is basically a fancy way of saying light, medium, heavy, and assault. And you can choose 5 mechs for a specific amount of cash here. For the lighter mechs, it's $30 for 5 mechs. For the medium-ish mechs, it is $35. For the heavy mechs, it is $40. And for the assaults, it's $45 for 5 mechs. And we're talking hero mechs here, guys. And in my opinion, especially on the heavier side, these are all great deals, but it requires you to not have a lot of them already, because there are good hero mechs and there are really bad hero mechs. And I'm gonna go ahead and give you a quick recommendation on what to get. But if you've seen the previous videos, you already have a good idea. But I think it's a good chance right now to just reiterate it really quick. And if you're viewing this for the first time, if you're a first-time viewer, then you should get something out of this. So for the light mechs, let's start with the obvious candidates. Urban Mech K9, must have. Wolfhound Grinner, must have. Really good mechs for medium lasers and medium pulse lasers. And now we have to choose 3 more. I would say the Piranha Cypher is definitely interesting. Absolutely. And now it gets a little bit more difficult, because the other ones, I'm not a huge fan of those. The Kit Fox Purifier comes to mind as being really, really good as well. And then you've got 1 slot available. What do you buy now? Well, I would argue if you want to go classic, I would recommend to get the Locust Pirate's Bane. Very small, very tiny, ECM, very hard to catch, fun to play. Or, I mean, maybe if you want to go with more crazy builds, Arctic-Cheetah Shard can be interesting. Or the Katana Cat, but I would actually argue that this is the best base set. Purifier, Pirate's Bane, Cypher, Urban Mech K9, and the Wolfhound Grinner. Then let's look at those you could get for 30 bucks. In my opinion, that is actually not a bad deal. It's 6 bucks per mech. So for lights, it's not a bad deal. Then we go into the medium mechs. Actually, there's some light mechs in there that have just snuck in there for whatever reason. And in the medium mechs, I would recommend, let's have a quick scroll through them to see what is available. Well, that is interesting. Okay, so for the mediums, I would say the Trebuchet Loup de Guerre. The very fun to play, interesting medium mech. Kintaro Golden Boy. I like to play that a lot. It's also one of the only mechs that has a golden skin that you can get that doesn't cost 500 bucks. And at this point, it gets a little bit more difficult, because none of these are really, really crazy. The Yanlo Wang is a little bit problematic. You get the medium lasers and the CT and whatnot. I don't like that as much. The High Roller is definitely a contender. And now we have 2 more mechs left. I would recommend, and this is just my personal preference, to think about the Blackjack Arrow with the 6 machine guns, 2 large pulse lasers, as a lot of fun to play. And then maybe the Enforcer Gilly, that's the Enforcer that can run ECM and Stealth, or the Gridiron Hunchback, or you could think about getting the Grey Death. There's of course other mechs in here, like for example the Hunchback to see Death Wish. It has also some really nice hard points that you can use, but I would go for the Gilly here, and that would be my 5 mechs for the bachelor's degree. Trebuchet, Kintaro, Enforcer, Blackjack, and Bushwhacker. The Arrow, High Roller, Gilly, Golden Boy, and Loup de Guerre. Okay, jumping into the heavies. Now it gets interesting. And there's also some assaults that stuck themselves in there, like the Battlemaster Hellslinger. And I'm just scrolling through that real quick, and I'm making this up as I go, guys. This is just me talking from experience, but also from what I personally think is good and enjoyable. There's a lot of mechs in here, so I would say definitely get the Maul. Warhammer TC Maul, great mech. Then I would get the Black Widow, definitely. I would get the Thunderbolt Top Dog. And that leaves us with 3 mech. The Hellbringer Virago leaves us with 1 mech now. Okay, so 1 mech that we can choose. Do not get the Pretty Baby, that's a trap. I will probably get the Eben Jag Esprit de Corps. And there are some other good options in here. The Morality Scourge, the Bounty Hunter 2, the Packet. Those are all great and fun mechs. The Orion Protector, great and fun mechs. Oh, holy hell, I am so stupid. Let's remove the Top Dog and let's take the obvious things. The Quick Draw IV4. And you could also think about the Powerhouse. Okay, I'm gonna give you a few more options here, guys. I can't select them right now. So maybe I should choose here by weight class. I should maybe choose by weight class. So looking just at heavy mechs here, Eben Jag, Hellbringer. Okay, now we've got 3 left. So we get the Roughneck Powerhouse, definitely. We get the Protector, Orion, and now we've got 1 mech left, and that will probably go for me towards the Bounty Hunter 2. Of course, there's also the Catapults in there, the Butterbee, the Jester, the Mjolnir is fun to play. Lots of options in here, guys. This is actually hard, and you might actually be tempted to get 2 packs of these. Now, if we want to look at the assault mechs in this part, in the Master's Degree, well, got the Pretty Baby, the Hellslinger, not so interesting, not so interesting. Get the Charger number 7, which also not so interesting. This Shugo is in here. All of them are not really, I'm not really crazy about, but if I look down here, I see a lot more interesting mechs here. Black Widow, of course, something that should also be mentioned. Really solid mech. I think I forgot that. So it's really, as I said, guys, it's really hard to just collect 5 here if you have a lot of mechs available. So if I want to go for assaults, I would definitely get the Maul. That's definitely the best mech in here for assaults, combined with the Misery. Absolutely. And then, well, the Dragon Slayer is interesting. Used to be a really good meta mech, but not so much anymore. Then the Skokomish, because it's a great fun mech to play. And now we've got 1 mech left, and I will probably get the Scorch over any other of these assaults in here. Yeah, Scorch is probably the best one of the pack here. And of course, honorable mention to the Hellfire Void as well. So in here, I would say about 10 to 15 mechs in here are really good that you can take. 5 mechs for 40 bucks. Still an okay deal. And then we get into the assault area. Not as many mechs to choose from. 5 mechs for 45 bucks. So 9 bucks a piece on average, which I think is a good deal. And in here, well, this is pretty simple. So let's see how many interesting mechs we have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there are a lot of good choices in here. Let's split it between Clan and Innosphere. So if you want to get Clan mechs only, Bloodasp Rancor, Direwolf Ultraviolet, Kinwolf, Deathstrike, and Keeper. We could also argue to remove the Kinwolf and go Spirit Bear. Those, I think, are the strongest available clan mechs in here. If you're thinking about Innosphere, well, Annihilator. Enough said. Fafnir. Also, very easy choice. Now, it gets a little bit more difficult. Sleipnir, of course, Cyclops Sleipnir, one of the best mechs in the game. We have 3 out of 5. The Broadside, not as much. The Ravager, also not as much. I'm not valuing them as highly. The Wolf Phoenix is great for MRM 120. Very interesting. The Heavy Metal has a unique Warhorn that you cannot get anywhere else. The Kaiju is also super solid. The Kraken is also super solid. I would probably go with the Wolf Phoenix because of the geometry. It has high weapon mounts for the MRM 120 or streak builds or SRM builds, so a lot of fun to play. And that leaves us with 1 mech. And for that 1 mech, you can make a lot of choices here, but if you wanna win on style points, you go Highlander Heavy Metal. It's also surprisingly tanky. It can be a lot of fun to play. It's a little bit weird to play. It requires a lot of experience, but a lot of fun to play. And there you go. 5 more mechs chosen in the higher education sale. And by the way, guys, the best amount of knowledge you can invest here, and I'm saying this, of course, tooting my own horn, is watching my videos and joining me on the live stream. Learn from what I do right, and also learn from my mistakes. And that, unless you choose to, doesn't cost you a dime. Let's leave it at that. Hope you guys found this video helpful. This has been TTB. Have a great day. I'll see you soon.